So we're going to take a look at this article here, which is going to break down the cameos and Easter eggs. This comes to us from comicflicknews.com. So this article is called Deadpool and Wolverine unveiling major Marvel cameos and Easter eggs in the new trailer, possible spoilers. Again, I don't consider these spoilers, but some of you may, so just have that little warning there before we go ahead. So today marked the unveiling of the first trailer. Obviously this was yesterday, for Deadpool and Wolverine. And let's just say, if this isn't shaping up to be the greatest superhero movie ever made, we'll eat our hats. The greatest superhero movie ever made, I think that's going a stretch too far, but, you know, it's going to be great, and it's going to make so much damn money. You can take that to the bank. I have no idea how much money this movie is actually going to make at the worldwide box office, but it's not a far stretch to say that it's going to make $1 billion plus. You know, everyone is so interested in this movie. It's going to restore the MCU, the popularity back to the MCU, hopefully, rather than the kind of crap that we've been getting over the last couple of years. So, now you may think that this is just hyperbole, but trust us when we say the sneak peek is nothing short of spectacular from beginning to end, offering a tantalizing glimpse into the Marvel Studios' plans for everyone's favourite merc with a mouth, and the legendary Logan. It also delivers some unexpected surprises in the form of cameos and Easter eggs. Yeah, so I went through the trailer, I had a little bit of a breakdown myself, I picked out what I thought were the most interesting kind of Easter eggs and cameos that you guys would be interested in, that you may not have seen yourself. I'm sure there's probably other cameos and Easter eggs that I may not have found, that you may have found yourself. So if there are any pieces of material within the trailer that you found interesting that I didn't pick up on, drop them down in the comment section and let everybody else know. So let's start off with this. Lady Deathstrike. So, obviously for those of you who may not be familiar, this is Lady Deathstrike here. She was in the Fox's X-Men movies. She's got these awesome kind of claws on her fingers. And yeah, she's a wicked character, so it's great to see her back here anyway. So, brace yourselves, because the real bombshell comes in the form of Lady Deathstrike's return, played once again by the talented Kelly Hu. Fans will remember her iconic clash with Logan in X2, X-Men United, where she pushed him to his limits before meeting memorable fate involving a flood of adamantium. So, a rematch with Lady Deathstrike. Now, that's something we didn't see coming, but we're crossing our fingers that it's on the cards for this free. Yeah, a rematch between Logan and Lady Deathstrike would be such a cool scene. I would love to see that. She's such a wicked character. She really is, and I'm so glad that they've got her back here. And if that weren't enough, keep your eyes peeled for another surprise appearance. Dani Ramirez reprising her role as Callisto from X-Men The Last Stand. Blink and you might miss it, but trust us, it's a cameo worth celebrating. So, this is the other kind of cameos as well. So, we had Lady Deathstrike and maybe more. So, there were other characters standing next to Lady Deathstrike within the trailer. And let's break down and see who these characters were. So, starting from the right, we have the unmistakable figure of Lady Deathstrike, which we've obviously already talked about. This character here, as you can see on the far right. You can see the claws here. Portrayed by Kelly Hu in X2, her menacing presence adds a touch of familiarity to the ensemble, serving as a reminder of the epic battles and memorable moments from the past X-Men films. So moving along, the character to the left are likely to be familiar faces for fans of the franchise. The first figure could be indeed Callisto, a mutant with the ability to sense other mutants' powers, while the next could be the acrobatic Toad, known for his agility and cunning. And last but not least, might be Starfish or Glob Herman, both of whom made appearances in previous X-Men and Wolverine movies, with Deadpool films known for their penchant for pulling from the rich history of X-Men universe. There's a good chance we'll see these characters once again adding depth and nostalgia to the upcoming film. Yeah, so for those of you who have seen all the X-Men Fox movies, this is going to be a great movie to watch because you're going to be familiar with those Fox X-Men characters. And then going into this movie, there's going to be different cameos of different Fox X-Men characters within this movie. So it's going to be fun to try and pick those characters out. You know, who are they? Where did they come from? What previous films have they been in? So make sure you do kind of rewatch those movies, the X-Men Fox movies, before going into Deadpool to give yourself a good reminder of who those characters were that could be popping up as cameos in Deadpool and Wolverine. So we're going to be moving on to this. Dogpool. This is no secret, this isn't a spoiler by any means. Ryan Reynolds has been posting up pictures of him in Dogpool on his social media. So we have a great picture here from the actual trailer itself of Dogpool licking Wade Wilson in the face, and then Wolverine in the background kind of looking disgusted. So the inclusion of Dogpool, a quirky character from the comics hailing from Earth 103173, adds an extra layer of fun and unpredictability to the Deadpool and Wolverine universe. Created in 2010, Dogpool is none other than Wade Wilson himself, complete with all the powers and antics that fans have come to love. With the same abilities as Deadpool and the personality of all of his own, Dogpool brings a unique dynamic to the mix, promising plenty of comedic moments and unexpected twists along the way. Yeah, I mean, what this dog is going to do, I'm imagining a scene in the movie where the dog just goes crazy and, like, rips someone to shreds. Does something just insane, just something crazy. But I can't wait to see how this dog's going to be involved, what he's going to do, like, just checking out his abilities, and I think it's going to be all kinds of crazy and fun. So, Giant Man. So, in the trailer, we had this scene here where we had the giant version of Ant-Man that we saw in... within the MCU itself. And it looks like Ant-Man here is deceased. The skull opens up, the helmet opens up, sorry, and we see the kind of the skull of Ant-Man inside. So here's an actual picture this is from the old Man Logan comic, I should say. And in that universe, Ant-Man, the giant Ant-Man, is deceased, and it's called Pym Falls. And this picture here kind of shows you what it looks like in the old Man Logan universe. But anyway, let's go into the description. The one detail that demands attention is Cassandra Nova's chilling base, nestled within the massive skull of none other than the Ant-Man or Giant Man. Yes, you read that right, the entire body of the hero appears to serve as an ominous foundation of Nova's lair, with Scott Lang's distinctive helmet design from Captain America Civil War onwards serving as a grim reminder of his fate. So if Nova is indeed responsible for Ant-Man's demise, then she's proven herself to be a formidable adversary indeed. But that's not all. As if that revelation wasn't enough to send shivers down your spine, Nova's lair also plays host to some intriguing company. So, outside of the actual Ant-Man base here, there's these characters, which we're going to dive into further down in this article. So, let's move on to this next. Alioth. I think that's how you say it. Alioth or Alioth. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, so I do apologize. We got this kind of big cloud, ominous cloud here, and you have this kind of skull that pops out of this cloud. This thing was shown in the Loki series on Disney+. Pretty damn cool to see. So for those unfamiliar, Alioth, I'm going to call it Alioth. I'm not sure how you say it, guys. I'm sorry. Is a trans-temporal entity created by He Who Remains during the Multiverse War. Its purpose? To obliterate the variants and their respective timelines, ensuring order in the chaotic multiverse. So its purpose is to obliterate variants and their respective timelines. So it keeps the timelines in check when it comes to multiverse. I know that can be quite complicated, all the multiverse shenanigans. So tasked later as a gatekeeper of the Citadel at the end of time, Alioth has proven itself a formidable adversary, consuming countless individuals sent to the Void by the Time Variance Authority, including Loki's doppelgangers. Now freed from Loki and Sylvie's influence, Alioth is back on the prowl in the Void, posing a grey threat to Deadpool, Wolverine, and anyone unfortunate enough to cross its path. As our heroes navigate the treacherous terrain of the multiverse, they'll have to contend with this formidable foe, if they ever help to emerge victorious, but with Alioth on the rampage, the odds may be stacked against them like never before. Yeah, how they're going to manage to take on this gigantic kind of storm cloud here, I have no idea, because it's literally made up of like mist. I mean, how do you even fight this thing? I'm not really sure, but it's going to be interesting to see how they go about avoiding it or trying to take it head on. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this character here factors in when it comes to this movie. So the 20th Century Fox logo. So this came out like ages ago when there was kind of leaked set images from Deadpool and Wolverine, sorry. My memory slipped there. Yeah, when there was the set leak images from Deadpool and Wolverine, we saw the kind of the scenes that they were filming in the desert. And in the background, we had the 20th Century Fox logo banner here, kind of broken in half, and it was kind of laying in tatters in the background. And we saw it in the trailer slightly as well. So it's going to show us that transition from the Fox universe of the X-Men moving into the MCU, because obviously the Fox universe is no more. So with the destruction of the logo, Deadpool and Wolverine marks a new era for these iconic characters, signaling their integration into the ever-expanding MCU. It's a poignant reminder of the seismic shift taking place in the world of superhero cinema, and a nod to the exciting possibilities that lie ahead. As we eagerly await the film's release, we can't help but feel a sense of nostalgia for the journey that brought us here, while looking forward to the thrilling adventures that await in this new chapter of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know if this is going to be like the opening scene to the film, where the 20th Century Fox logo's there, and then Deadpool kind of like uses a bazooka to blow it up, or just something crazy happens. But I'm sure we're going to get that kind of little bit of a scene where they destroy the 20th century logo, and I can't wait to see what they do with that. So, Wolverine's world. So, the imagery in the trailer of Deadpool and Wolverine evokes a similar sense of desolation and despair, suggesting that the film may draw inspiration from the grim and gritty world of Old Man Logan. As our heroes navigate this harsh landscape, they will undoubtedly confront the ghosts of Wolverine's past and the consequences of his action, adding layers of depth and complexity to the narrative. Yeah, so it's all good having this this kind of like bombastic action and kind of these funny scenes all throughout the movie. You wouldn't expect anything less from Deadpool, but having this kind of taking inspiration from Old Man Logan, putting some depth into the story, some emotional anchors in there that's actually going to get you to feel something, rather than just kind of silly wackiness and action going on all the time. This Old Man Logan interpretation within the movie is going to be kind of the heart and soul of the movie, I hope anyway. So, Cassandra Nova. So, prepare yourself for a dive into the super weird origins of Cassandra Nova. She is the twin of Charles Xavier, born as Mumadre, I think that's how you say it, a Shire term meaning anti-self. In essence, she embodies the darker aspects of Xavier's psyche, existing on the astral plane as his malevolent counterpart. But here's where things get truly twisted. In the womb, Charles sensed Cassandra's malevolence and used his psychic powers to attack her, leading to her stillbirth while he survived. Yet Cassandra's story doesn't end there. Her stillborn body clung to the sewer walls and began to regenerate and develop over decades, all the while harboring a burning desire for revenge against her brother. Yes, you read that right. All of this is canon. So, Charles in the womb tried to kill his sister, sensed evil from her, and then she kind of, she remained alive, and she kind of developed herself over the years, and she's basically become the anti kind of Charles Xavier, and she's out for revenge against Charles Xavier, her brother. So that's going to be very interesting if we get that showdown within the movie. As for her eerie origin wasn't enough, Cassandra Nova possesses a formidable array of powers that rival those of Charles Xavier himself, from telepathy to telekinesis to the ability to heal rapidly, phase through solid matter, induce mutations in latent mutants, and even manipulate DNA. She is a force to be reckoned with. So, with her intricate backstory and formidable abilities, Cassandra Nova emerges as a truly formidable adversary in the world of Deadpool and Wolverine. As our heroes navigate the treacherous landscape of the multiverse, they have to confront the darkness lurking within their own ranks if they hope to emerge triumphant. How Wolverine... We see part in the trailer where Wolverine is trying to take on Cassandra Nova, and she's literally using her telekinetic powers just to kind of move his arms all over the place. How he's going to manage to take her on is going to be anybody's guess. So, Azazel and maybe more. So, this is where we have these characters out the front of the giant Ant-Man base. So, first up on the far left, we have Azazel. Again, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, so I do apologize. We have Azazel, the teleporting mutant from X-Men First Class, recognizable by his distinctive appearance. That guy here in the red on the far left. So moving along, the identity of the man in the red and white shirt remains a mystery, though speculation runs rampant. Could this be a version of Colossus, sporting a stylish beard and perhaps nod to the Russian from 2004's The Punisher, played by Kevin Nash? Yeah, a lot of people are saying that this character here, the big muscle guy, kind of second in from the right, in the red and white stripy shirt, they think that it's a variant of the Russian who showed up in 2004's The Punisher. I think that would be a really cool variant to see in there. I mean, a nod to the 2004 Punisher, that's fantastic. I love that movie, I think it's great. So while the identities of some characters remain shrouded in mystery, one thing is clear, the majority of these figures hold significance to the comic book and X-Men movie aficionados, promising an ensemble cast that would delight fans with its electric mix of familiar faces and potential surprises. So, we're going to go on to this, teleporting. So, within the trailer, at the end, they jump through this big teleporting, this big portal thing, and where are they going to end up? Where are they going? What's happening? That's kind of the big cliffhanger in the trailer. So, the possibilities are as vast and varied as the multiverse itself, with countless realms and dimensions waiting to be explored, and with the ability to create interdimensional portals extending beyond the confines of the Sanctum Sanctorum, thanks to the sling rings and potential for unexpected encounters grows exponentially. While Doctor Strange and Wong are certainly masters of this mystical art, as evidenced in the previous cinematic adventures, Spider-Man No Way Home introduced audiences to Ned's surprising ability to wield a sling ring and manipulate portals. The revelation opens the door to tantalizing possibilities, seeing Ned once again, alongside familiar faces like Wong and Strange. I love Wong. We need more Wong in the MCU. The guy is fantastic. I need a Wong standalone movie. I love the guy. So alongside familiar faces like Wong and Strange, or even the introduction of new characters with this unique ability, as Deadpool and Wolverine hurtle through the multiverse, propelled by the whims of fate and mysterious workings of interdimensional portals, one thing is certain, their journey is far from over, and the possibilities are endless. Yeah, where are they going to end up in that portal? That's one of the big questions. Is that the portal where they transition from the Fox universe to the MCU? Or are they going to end up on a different planet? Are they going to end up in a different multiverse? You know, what's going to happen with the portal? That's the kind of big question. So yeah, guys, there we go. That's the Easter eggs and cameos that I thought were important, that I thought you guys would find interesting in a kind of small breakdown of the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. But guys, if you feel like I've missed anything, if there's something here that's on your list that I may not have, drop it down in the comment section so we can, you know, discuss your kind of points of view of the trailer or material or cameos that I may have missed. And I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of breakdown here. I hope it gave you a better indication as to what we can expect from this movie going forward when it comes out. Yeah, so like I say, jump into the comment section, let me know if there's anything I've missed, if there's anything you want to add to the conversation. Thank you so much for watching as always, guys. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I always appreciate that, and I will see you in the next one.